For the 8th grade students in Kelly Wistrich's class at Colonial Middle School, science and art come together as a hands-on experience.
We're looking, if we go back to our objective up there, we want to utilize all materials in order to create a vessel that can hold water the longest.
When students' attempts to make vessels out of sand, rocks, and dirt wasn't successful, they requested clay, which prompted an activity led by art teacher Tracy Ravinsky, based on the work of regional artist Steve Tobin.
Whenever a scientist sets out, they always have like a plan, like they're going to make something, they're going to do something or change something, and that's kind of what an artist does too.
Largely a sculptor, Tobin works in a number of media, including glass, metal, and clay, and some of his most popular works are vessels known as bang pots. The artist takes blocks of clay, adds texture to them, and then lights a firecracker in the top to create the shape. The 8th graders also made clay forms and added texture for what would be their vessels.
My favorite part was when we got to sculpt them the way that we wanted to, because it's kind of like unique to how like what we want them to be.
For the part involving the firecrackers, Mrs. Wistrich and Mrs. Ravinsky enlisted the help of a Philadelphia-based FBI bomb technician and the Montgomery County Bomb Squad.
I really didn't know what to expect. To be honest, didn't even know to what extent the explosives were going to affect the clay. It varied, I guess, each pot to pot, but I thought it was neat. I enjoyed doing it, and even learned a little bit, so it was good.
Setting off firecrackers in Plymouth Township requires a permit, which is why the teachers left it to the professionals.
Also, it allows us to kind of get the message traffic out there to everybody that's like, this is fun to utilize for an art project or something like that, but there is a significant amount of training that goes behind it for a safety aspect. Because I would like to see all the kids make it out, to their 20s with all 10 fingers and 10 toes.
Back in the classroom, students added glaze and glass to their pots, continued to learn about geology and other aspects of the planet, and collected scraps from lunch to continue vermicomposting.
Actually, our teacher brought in worms one day, and we're just like, why did she bring in worms? And we're doing this thing called vermicomposting, where the worms break down at food or axis of it into compost that makes the soil more fertilized.
The students used the compost and soil mixture for planting herbs in their pots. The experience is an example of transdisciplinary project-based learning, which is a lesson that unfolds over time, pulls from a number of different subject areas, and has real-world connections.
I would say the coolest thing was that with science, instead of doing something with a textbook to learn about, we were doing an interactive hands-on thing like making the clay pots and then looking at the vermicomposting, how it breaks down, and then being able to see eventually when they grow how it works, instead of just reading about how it grows, being able to actually experience it hands-on.
The project is the second collaboration between Mrs. Wistrich and Mrs. Ravinsky, who work together as part of the STEAM committee to bring innovative integrated science and art lessons into the middle school curriculum. I'm Kim Newell, and this has been a Teachable Moment.